spent 4 days in a basement with like 3 or 4 other guys. They kept bringing in new people from the street, drunks, like drug people, like people who were high, and then activists and people from other parts of Ukraine. Some people would be held for like a day, some people would be held for longer. There was like a local city councilman who was being held down there, but you know, I couldn't figure out who the hell these people were, except that they were sort of Christian radicals.
How did they treat you? And did they explain anything to you why you were there?
Well, they said that basically I'm a lying journalist, and that's why I was there. And they sort of beat me up as an introduction to the whole situation. Blindfolded me, tied my hands behind my back. Then eventually they untied my hands and tied them in front of my body. And then they untied me totally, and then basically I was just hanging out in the room with the other prisoners for, you know, like 2 days, just sort of normally, and they were feeding us regularly.
But so you were targeted. I mean, they knew who you were, and you were arrested on purpose? I mean, how did that happen?
They had my photograph at a checkpoint that's just down the road from here. And so the guy at the checkpoint saw my picture, saw my face, and then they pulled me out of the car, and all hell broke loose. There was 4 other journalists with us in the car, and I think they were released pretty early on. And me they took to the SBU headquarters, where the pro-Russian forces have their headquarters right now. It's the former office of the Ukrainian security services. I guess I was targeted because they'd written about me in the internet, and also we'd been looking into whether there were actual Russians involved in what's going on here for the 2 days prior to me being captured, and I'd been phoning them and actually requesting interviews from them on that subject, so maybe that's why they decided that it was time to stop me.
So what are you going to do now? What's your next steps?
I'm just going to go to Donetsk and figure things out.
You probably don't want to stay here much longer.
I don't want to stay in Sloviansk unless I can get an official press accreditation from the mayor. They're apparently giving those out. And then maybe come back and work here now that they know me.